Fractals in art. When we look at a painting, we sometimes think, this looks just like nature. Where does that sense of naturalness come from? Could it be because small parts resemble the whole and repeat at different scales? This is what fractals help explain. Let us first consider the difference between Euclidean geometry and fractal geometry. In Euclidean geometry, a straight line remains a straight line no matter how much it is enlarged. A curve also becomes simpler and more like a straight line when it is magnified. In other words, shapes become simpler as we zoom in. Fractals work differently. Imagine zooming in on a snowflake. We might expect its edges to become smooth and straight, but that is not the case. Even within small parts, complex shapes similar to the whole continue to appear. This is called self-similarity. With fractals, magnification does not simplify the shape. Instead, complexity keeps repeating. Nature itself shows this kind of structure. Think of clouds, mountains, lightning, and tree branches. If we try to represent them using simple geometric shapes, the sense of realism disappears. A mountain drawn as a triangle looks flat, and lightning drawn as a few straight lines feels lifeless. Nature feels so powerful because it contains complex, repeating fractal structures. For this reason, artists have long tried to express nature using similar ideas. When small shapes repeat within larger ones, a painting feels much more alive. Today, computer graphics make it possible to create highly complex fractal images that would be difficult to draw by hand, giving them a strong sense of movement and energy. In fact, artists were already using this type of technique even before fractals were formally described in mathematics. In the works of the Japanese artist Katsushika Hokusai, we can see large waves made up of smaller and smaller waves. The smaller waves break into even smaller ones, creating the feeling that the wave is truly moving. He also painted clouds in irregular shapes to make them feel more natural. The American artist Jackson Pollock created paintings by dripping and splattering paint. At first glance, his works may look random, but a closer look reveals patterns of flow and repetition. Fractal structures have actually been identified in his paintings. That is why his works feel both complex and strangely balanced. These examples show that artists have long used structures similar to fractals in their attempts to express nature. Art and mathematics are not separate fields. They both begin with the same desire to understand nature. Let us ask ourselves a question. What kind of mathematics might be hidden inside the paintings we find beautiful?